Kenzie Bear asked, what's my favorite anime? If you could cook dinner for one of your kids, who would it be and why? What does your stream setup look like? When did you know you were bi? Hello, and welcome back. Today we are doing a Q&A. So if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a big ol' thumbs up. If you're new, you can subscribe and click the bell. That way every single time I post a new video, you will get notified. We post on Tuesdays and Fridays, and every other Sunday on Patreon there is a podcast with Vanessa and I called Kavali ×2, and we do fun old podcasts on there. So if you want to pledge to Patreon tier 4, then you can check that out. It's in the card code down below. We also stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and oh, you can follow us on all of our other socials, also linked in the card code down below. Anyways, today we're going to be doing a Q&A. So I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me questions. I asked you on an Instagram post as well as on my Instagram story. Previously, the way I would do like Q&As and stuff, I'll probably still keep it the other way with memes, but with Q&As, I usually wait to react to the questions on camera. But since I tend to get sidetracked and forget what my answer would be and just say random things because it's the only thing that comes to my mind because I don't like to take up too much time, I decided to look over the questions, sit on them, and then write them down. So I have the question, a lot of the questions written down on here. So we're going to start with the ones that were asked on the Instagram story. Okay, this one is from Cadis Sims 4. Asked, if you had any My Hero character's power, who would you take? So my answer is I would probably take Todoroki's or Deku's because both of them have like kind of like two quirks in one. If it wasn't them and I was picking someone that only had one quirk, I would want Denki's because I really love lightning. I've always loved lightning and thunderstorms for some reason since I was a kid. So definitely Denki's. Ali asked, what's your favorite rare pair? This is a pair I actually discovered recently thanks to Pinterest. I never even really thought of it, but my favorite rare pair is Todoroki and Megumi. Todoroki and Megumi? Todoroki and Megumi. Those aren't even from the... It's Todoroki and Kaminari. I have never even thought about that ship before, and then I saw some fan art of Todoroki and Kaminari on Pinterest, and I was like, this is very interesting. That's my favorite rare pair. My other favorite rare pair, not from My Hero, is actually from Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's Sukuna and Megumi. I don't know why, but it's the sexual tension for me. Anyways, Leah asked, if you have a mental illness, how do you deal with it? So I do have mental illness. I have anxiety disorder, which I have to take medication for. I have CPTSD, and I can almost guarantee that I have undiagnosed ADHD. So I've been taking medicine, been on my anxiety medicine since I was 16. So for anyone else who's suffering from mental illness, or I'm sending you all my love and support because it's so hard just when your mind is literally pins you against yourself. It's awful. And one thing that I've been trying to do lately is try not to let it control me. I have a very big problem with my anxiety where I live in constant fear and I let fear run my life, and I am fully aware of that. I don't do a lot of things because I'm nervous of the outcome. It's very hard to just get through a day. Something that does help me a lot is writing down my thoughts. When I have really bad panic attacks or just really don't know where I'm at, when my mind is really clouded and like dark and I just feel like I can't get out of it, I usually write stuff down. I am also fortunate enough to have Vanessa who like helps me through a lot of this stuff. Like she's been with me through it all. It's very nice that I know I'm very lucky to have someone that I can confide in. A thing too is therapy. It was helping a lot. This is gonna sound weird, but I cry. That's how I deal with it. Like I like to like listen to music and like go outside and sit and look at the stars. And this is something very weird that I've never told anyone besides Vanessa that I do, but something that helped me after my dog died, when like my CPTSD got super bad and my anxiety was at an all-time high and I was extremely depressed and I just really didn't feel like there was a point in living anymore. Like I just decided to talk to the stars, and so then I did. Like I just would just sit, and I have this one star, Vega. It's my favorite star, and for some reason that star caught my attention. I always associate Vega with her, and I kind of in a way think that it's her, and I know it's just a ball of gas like millions of light years away, and I know the scientific reasons behind it, but to me it just feels like it's her. So when I'm feeling really lost and stuff like that, I just like to talk to the sky and to the universe and to just like let it all out, even things I feel like I can't say to other people. So a new technique that Vanessa taught me though is, if you have a lot of anxiety when you wake up in the morning, let's say you're super anxious or you're feeling really depressed or you know anything like that, I want you to lie in bed and I want you to look up at the ceiling, and I want you to picture what your day would look like if you didn't have anxiety or depression, whatever sort of mental illness that you're dealing with or suffering from or living with, and then try your best to live up to that and try your best to like have your day go like that. I'm not a licensed professional in any way, shape, or form. Don't have a degree in this or anything. I'm just telling you what I do since you asked, Leah. I hope that helps at least a little bit. Remember that it's not bad to feel your emotions or to cry cry or to just talk it out with someone, or if you don't have someone to confide in, to find a piece of nature that you love so much that you feel like you can talk to. I know it sounds stupid when my neighbors come outside and see me talking to the stars. I don't care. It's my asked, have you ever met a fan in person? A fan has never approached me in person. I don't know if one of you have ever like seen me on the street or something before. I hope one day I do get to do that, because I think that would just be a really cool and like pure interaction that I would love to be able to experience. If you guys do ever see me in public, feel free to just like walk up to me and be like, hey, like don't be shy. Like I'm very nervous and awkward. If you're nervous and awkward too, we're both in the same boat, so we can just hug each other and laugh. Please don't feel like you're gonna bother me or anything like that. I want to meet you guys. I want to interact with you. But no, I haven't, but I would love to one day. Lacey Lace asked, why did you start a YouTube channel? Also, random question, but what makes you really mad? So the YouTube actually started because if you guys remember back in the summer of 2020, early fall of 2020, there was that big scare that TikTok was going to get banned. So everyone was kind of trying to figure out a different platform that we could move everything to, and I remember being on live, and then I was like, what other platform do you think I should make that would be like beneficial to you guys, that you guys would like prefer? And a lot of people voted for YouTube. And that's how the YouTube channel kind of came to be. I actually created the YouTube channel on one of my lives in like late July of last year. It makes me really mad. Discrimination of any sort. I have to write these down because I have absolutely terrible memory. Any people in any sort of way that try to control me, it really sends me into orbit, and like it's just unadulterated rage that comes out of me at that moment, because I really can't deal with when people try and control me. Ches is Bell Gonzalez asked, their first question was, who do I kin in My Hero? My biggest kins in My Hero are Bakugo, Todoroki, and Kaminari, all for very different reasons. Those are my biggest ones. I do have other kins for like littler reasons. The second question they asked, what are all your ships in My Hero? My ships off the top of my head in My Hero, because I didn't write these ones down, one of my OTPs, probably one of my all-time favorite ships for the rest of my life, is Bakugo and Deku. I love them so much. I like Totomomo, Kirikami. This isn't like in order, by the way. The only one that's like my really, really top one is Baku Deku. The other ones aren't in order by how much I love them. Totomomo, Kirikami, Hamijiro, Ochako and Ida, Kirishima and Mina and Ochako, which is a new one that I kind of like, Totokami. I think that's all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, Lbgtqia I think is cute. Pete 021, who's your favorite cosplay? And I'm a huge fan. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're a huge fan. That makes my heart very happy and very warm. I'm glad that you enjoy the content. Aw, stop, I'm gonna cry. My favorite cosplay to get into, male Deku. I feel hot and powerful. I don't think I've ever felt so hot and powerful than when I'm in male Deku cos. Thank you so much, by the way. I'm really glad you like the content. Bleens_friendchild_, they asked, do you have a cat and can I steal your cat? I have 2 cats and no, you may not. I love you endlessly and I hope one day you can have a cat if you don't have a cat, but my cats are my babies. No, with a heart. Shayna Anderson 74, who is your favorite My Hero character? I believe I had 2 people ask this question, so this is applying to both of you guys. My favorite My Hero character is Bakugo and Deku are tied, and then the next one after that is Kaminari. Simple Simper asked, what's something you wish to accomplish one day, or what's your biggest accomplishment? My biggest accomplishment, are those gunshots? Interesting. Is probably starting TikTok and YouTube and Twitch and everything like that. I think that's definitely one of my biggest accomplishments. It was actually, I never told anyone this when I was a kid, but it was actually my dream to do this. I was just told a lot that I couldn't, and so then I never really shared it with anyone. It was an accident the way that it did start. Another one of my biggest accomplishments is probably being alive, but I've been through a lot. I'm just really proud of myself for like persevering through a lot of it. Probably getting into college. I'm not in college right now because I'm actually changing my major and stuff, but that is one of my biggest accomplishments. I know that's like a kind of average one, but no one in my family besides Vanessa is the first one in our family, in our entire bloodline, to ever have a degree. In the part of Portugal that we're from, they didn't really go to college. Our family just didn't have the money for anyone to go to school. Me getting into college, even though I'm not done with it yet, I think that's still a huge accomplishment. The future accomplishments, I want to finish Moonlight. That's kind of a short-term one, but I'm currently writing a fanfiction called Moonlight. It's a Lance and Keith fanfiction from Voltron, and it is quite long, and it's actually the first writing that I've ever showed anyone, I've ever put online anywhere. I've never let anybody besides Vanessa read my writing before, so it's a really big accomplishment for me, and I think finishing it and, you know, being able to see it all done and go back and read it. I really hope one day to hit 1 million on TikTok, become a Twitch partner. A future accomplishment is to make a positive impact on people's lives. Like I want people to remember me as like someone to be like, oh, like that person made me feel good, you know, like that person made me like happy to be alive, or like for a moment just made me feel like it was all gonna be fine. Me and Nessa to buy our own home. The next question is from Jane. What's one thing you want to customize? I actually don't know. I think it would be cool to like do like a wall mural of like in the night sky or something. Maybe a wig. The wig be like long hair, but the hair is like in like different colors and the hair looks like a nebula or a galaxy. I think that would be cool. Space B, what song do you think more people should listen to? A few artists I think more people should listen to is Kesha, as well as John Bellion, and Walk the Moon. Walk the Moon's an amazing band. If you don't know them, they wrote Shut Up and Dance With Me, and just all their music's amazing. Songs that I think more people should listen to is Roses by the band Camino, also a great meaning behind it.
I said a bunch of other bullshit, but realistically the other song that I think people should listen to is One Foot by Walk the Moon, because it's fucking sublime.
Felix asked, what anime do I like to watch? I do like to rewatch animes because they bring me comfort. So Voltron, I know Voltron's not technically an anime, but I always count it. My Hero, I really love My Hero, and Jujutsu Kaisen's the one we've been watching recently. I also watch Avatar: The Last Airbender a lot because it's been my favorite show since I was 8. Tracy asked, what does your stream setup look like? I have this desk that my mom got me from IKEA for Christmas actually, and then a lot of the stuff on my desk was bought for me by Josie, a good friend of mine, who was nice enough to buy the stuff for me on my wish list. The mouse pad is from Vanessa. I have 2 computer screens, one so I can play games and the other one so I can read chat and stuff like that. I also have a ring light that clips onto one of my screens, and then another ring light that sits behind my screen. My stream setup is in the closet right now, but I hope one day to have an office. Kenzie Bear asked, what's my favorite anime? My favorite anime off the top of my head, my all-time favorite anime is My Hero, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Voltron. I love those so much. They are comfort shows for me. Other ones that I really like is Seven Deadly Sins, Beyond the Boundary is a really good one. Izzy Kamas, and it says favorite memory and least favorite memory. My least favorite memory is actually a lot of my childhood, and the most recent, the passing of my dog. My favorite memory would probably be holding like Jupiter, Venus, Shadow, Linda for the first time. A lot of other ones of my favorite memories are like a lot of the times I spent with Vanessa. And this one time when we were in California in a hotel with my brother, my sister-in-law, Nessa, and me, and it was probably the least like climactic part of the trip, but it was the best for me. We just sat in the hotel, we were sitting on the 2 opposite beds, and I can't even remember what we were laughing at now, and we were just sitting in the hotel room laughing our asses off for like literally an hour, and we were just laughing so hard, and we kept telling each other to be quiet because we were gonna wake the next room and stuff. But I think that was one of like the purest moments. Uriel said, if you could only fix one thing in an anime or cartoon series, what would it be? I know that the characters aren't real, but they're very real to me. I would probably take away a lot of the pain that I see them go through. Then he asked me to choose between Iwa and Angie, and here's my answer. I won't choose between Iwa and Angie, Uriel. His last question is, how much do you love Uraraka? Not at all. Unless it's Fan and Uraraka, then I love her a lot. Mari asked, do you ever wonder what people's real names are? A lot of the time, but I know that I don't want to ask people because I don't want to make them uncomfortable, because like I know some people just aren't comfortable with that, you know, like with sharing their names. Blue Hoodies Gotcha asked, what's my biggest pet peeve? When people try to control me, people who are ageist and believe that because you're of a certain age, you don't know something, or you know less of something, or just like things like that. People who don't clean up after themselves, it absolutely pisses me off to no end. Oh, this one! The Max asked, when did you know you were bi? By the way, I love your content. This is actually a very weird story that I've never told anyone. And everyone might call me weird for this, but I didn't know for a lot of my life. I thought everyone liked girls the way I liked girls. So I was like, oh, I literally remember looking at my friend and being like, no, everyone has crushes on girls, right? And then moving along, I thought that like everyone just had crushes on girls. Anyways, so the way that I really found out and like truly like accepted myself one day was that it was last summer, July 31st, and I was lying on the back porch and I was having gay panic. One of the many times I was having gay panic, and I remember just lying there, and I was lying on my yoga mat, and I was doing my little looking at the stars thing, and I was staring at Vega, which is one of the stars in the sky, and it's in the Lyra constellation. I was looking at it, and I saw this shooting star go by, and I was like, I just wish to be happy. Like I just wished just to like be me and just to be happy about that, and just to be happy, unadulterated, like complete happiness with myself, within who I am, like within everything. And the next day I was like, oh my god, I'm gay. For a couple of days, I actually don't know if anyone talks about this. I don't know if this happened to anyone else, but for a couple of days after I came out to Vanessa, I was extremely disassociated. And then it was like, it was something that just kind of finally felt like it like fit. I don't know if anyone else went through the whole thing where they didn't know, but I didn't know. Remember when you had a crush on that girl and you had no idea why? You're just obsessed with her. Yeah. About Zaid Malak, I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. You said, I know this isn't a question, but you're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you. A_dream1199 asked what my favorite cheese is. I actually hate cheese. Weird fact, I hate cheese, a lot of it. But one of my cheeses that I can stand to eat more than other cheeses is, we call it pink cheese. It's Portuguese cheese that you can only get from this Portuguese market, or like Portuguese markets or in Portugal. It's a really good cheese. We call it pink cheese because the rind is pink. The other cheese is smoked Gouda. I like smoked Gouda. Please do not talk about how cheese is made. It really makes me absolutely spiral and I don't want to. The last question was brought to us by Vanessa Kavali. And she said, what is your favorite thing about your intelligent, gorgeous, hilarious, incredible sister? You weren't supposed to actually answer this question. Now I'm gonna answer it. Vanessa is... It was a joke. Shh, Vanessa is absolutely my best friend in the entire world. I would die for her in an instant. I would give up my entire life for her. I would give up everything I have for her. There's not just one thing to love about Ness, because Ness doesn't have just one personality. That's the thing that's exciting about her. Vanessa has so many different personalities. The thing I probably love the absolute most about Vanessa, and I don't know how she hasn't done this yet, is that Vanessa is someone who has never ever in my entire life given up on me. I have had a lot of people in my life give up on me. Actually, everyone. And Vanessa's the only one who, no matter how hard I push her away, all of that, Vanessa never gives up on me. Never. She has never once been like, deal with it yourself. She will be, if we're having an argument, she will take a moment to cool down, but she has never given up on me, no matter how angry I've been, all the dumb shit I did as a kid. Vanessa's never given up on me. That's just one of them. Besides, Vanessa's also a fucking phenomenal at everything she does. Vanessa's a jack of all trades. And she also is someone who has never made me feel bad for who I am, who has never made me feel bad for like things I want to achieve, things I want to accomplish, and has never made me feel inadequate intentionally as we are grown up. She's very considerate to like me and to my feelings. She just always does her best to be like good to everyone, like everyone she comes across. And she overthinks it a lot, and she's like, oh, well, like, what if I made them upset? But it's because she cares so deeply about other people and how she makes other people feel. She's also so selfless. The most selfless person I've ever met in my entire life. This is all 100% true. She's the most selfless person I've ever met in my entire life. She's so intelligent as well, and she has persevered and like done so. Vanessa is so independent. She's done so many things by herself. Vanessa is the first one in our, like I mentioned before, Vanessa is the first one in our entire family, our entire bloodline, to ever get a degree, to ever go to college. And she didn't have anyone helping her with financial aid because we didn't have money to pay for college. She figured out financial aid on her own. She figured out applying for applications for scholarships, getting in, going through school, transferring schools, doing everything by herself with no one to help her. Vanessa has persevered through so many fucking awful circumstances, and I just really admire that about her. Go on for literally the rest of my fucking life. If you want an entire video dedicated to how amazing Vanessa is, please comment down below and I will make it. My throat hurts from talking so much. You weren't supposed to answer that. Well, now I did. Angie, my friend Porcelain Heaven, asked me if you could cook dinner for one of your kids, who would it be and why? My answer is Todoroki or Ash, and I would ask him to cook with me because I know how hard it is to not have a peaceful meal. Growing up in the environment that he did grow up in, I know how hard that is. Us just like listen to music and like cook together and then sit down and enjoy our meal peacefully together. Next question is from Netchmo, and she asked, what made you decide to do cheerleading as a sport, and what was your favorite and least favorite part about it? So actually what made me decide to do cheerleading as a sport was I really liked cheer anyway. I thought it was a really cool sport. I knew a lot of people when I was younger who did cheer and tumbling as a sport. Unfortunately, when I was a kid, we didn't have enough money for me to do sports, but when I got to high school, there was a school cheerleading team, and it just felt like a sport I knew I would be able to do. Because it had dance and it had like cheer, and I have a very loud voice and I can like throw my voice, and then also it was just like a lot of strength. I have a lot of upper body strength, so that's why I decided to do it. I had a few friends who were joining cheer anyway, and I was like, oh, why not? Like, I'll just try out and like you'll see if I like it. And so then I did. My favorite part about cheer was actually the competitions, the working towards something, and like the dancing and the learning like cheer routines and like competing and things like that. I genuinely enjoyed that. My least favorite part was the people. The people were absolutely awful. Literally probably like the worst people I've ever met in my life. They're so mean and they really just don't care about you. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, you know, we were kids, so I get it, but the people in the cheer community are just very like not nice. I'm a Wallflower 17 asked, what anime would you choose to live in other than My Hero? I would choose Voltron because I absolutely love the stars, and if I could get to the edge of the solar system, our known solar system in 5 seconds, I would gladly do that. Jana asked, how do you get ideas about your skits? A lot of the ideas I get from my skits are based on true stories. Like these are things that have actually happened to me, or real conversations that I've had. If they're not based on true stories or real conversations that I've had, it's just because I'm not really quite sure. My mind is stupid, so if I spend like time alone, like I'll just come up with really like funny, at least I think they're funny concepts. Teletoxic Todoroki was a complete accident. I don't like sit and like brainstorm. I just like they just come to me and then I just do them and then hope for the best. Harem Jane asked, what's one of your favorite things to say in a different language, including English or Portuguese? My favorite thing to say in Portuguese is cogumelo, means mushroom. I also just like saying anything in Portuguese. I just like speaking in Portuguese. I think it makes me feel like full, I guess. I don't think I really have a favorite word in English. Divine? Flabbergasted? I don't know. Sarah Contour 123 asked what my favorite color is. My favorite color is blue. Just Blink 62 asked, do your pets have assigned colors or favorite color? Yeah, actually, I didn't realize this until you asked this, so this is a really good question. Lena's color that was assigned to her is pink. Everything was always like either pink or red for her. Her collar, but she had a lot of red collars, a lot of pink collars, a pink bed. The blanket that I have for her that I sleep with every night, the back of it's actually pink. Venus's color is like a pale blue. I don't know why blue always ends up with her. I think it looks the best with her fur too. She has a blue collar. Jupiter's collar is black. He always like gets like black like collars, black harnesses, everything like that. And then Shadow's color, Shadow is not my dog, Shadow's Vanessa's dog, but I'm her aunt. The color that's usually associated with Shadow is either red or green. Life is even what? Asked, how do I do my makeup? With hard work. I'm kidding. My makeup, if you want me to do a just like everyday makeup thingy, I could totally do that. It's very basic, but I would be happy to do a video on that, so if you guys want to see that video, then please just let me know. From Jamie is a fake weeb. You can choose one anime to rename. What would you change it to? I would change My Hero to Deku as a UA dropout. No AOT fan roast me, but I would change it to Everyone Dies with a crying face. Or if not everyone, because I know everyone's not dead, then the main character dies with a crying face. So this one I thought was a really cool question. PJ Kilwa asked, hey PJ, if you had to change your zodiac sign, what would you choose? And I actually thought about this, and I don't know if I would change my zodiac sign, but if I had to change it, I would probably change it to a Leo. Based on just like the time of the year, I would change my sign to literally any summer birthday, like at all. I don't care. Late May to late June is Gemini season, so I would be a Gemini. Cancer is late June to late July, and then Leo is late July to late August. So any one of those signs, because I want to be a summer baby so bad. I love the summer and I hate that my birthday's in the winter. That little Youre asked, what video on any social media made you famous? I'm not sure exactly like what video made me famous per se, because I don't really consider myself famous. If there was one video that got like attention that like kind of pushed me to continue to do it, it was the Savage video from April 16th. One of the first My Hero videos I ever posted that like really popped off, and everyone really liked it. It was class 1A introducing themselves on the first day of school as the Savage lyrics. Say the series that got the most attention though that I've done is either Teletalks with Todoroki or Kiri Knows. Those were the two series. The times Deku almost told everyone he used to be quirkless. Those were like my really big series. Rin Magdale asked, what's the chances of you saying yes if I propose to you with a ring pop? Literally 1,000 out of 10. I would say yes in a heartbeat. I love you. Iris 29 asked, why did you start social media? In a quick summary, I was depressed. Quarantine had just started, my dog had just died. I had to quit my job because of quarantine. I had literally nothing to do. Vanessa was still working. I was lonely and I was sad, and I like making videos anyway. So that's how that came to be. Mina Sweethearts 28 asked, if you were able to pick 3 of your favorite anime characters as roommates, who would it be and why? I would probably pick Bakugo because I know things would always be clean. Oh, he can cook and clean. So I know things, like I know he wouldn't, I also know he wouldn't touch my stuff, which is great. I just know he wouldn't intrude on my personal things. Nanami Kento from Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, you heard me right. Nanami Kento from Jujutsu Kaisen, because he seems like he got his shit together. And the one after that, I would pick Gojo. Because Gojo is like, would bring the light and the fun into the house. Like me and Gojo could kind of like, you know? It's a really cool question, by the way. I like that one. Cherry Blossom underscore 034 asked, what's my aesthetic? I wish I knew. I've actually had an extremely hard time with this. Call it me being a rising Aquarius, call it my ADHD. I don't know what it is, but I can't get everything to match, and it actually makes me physically upset. Like, that would be my aesthetic, like stars and like blues and like purples and like space. Lizzie asked, what's your favorite food / color? My favorite food is rojaveia. It's a Portuguese dish. It's absolutely divine. I love it. So I love that one. And my favorite color is blue. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that Q&A. That was a little more of a personal one than the one that we previously did. And let me know if you like Q&As. I will probably do some in the future, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you're new, you can subscribe and click the bell. That way every single time I post a new video, you will get notified. I post on Tuesdays, Fridays, and every other Sunday on Patreon. There is a podcast with Vanessa and I. We also stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. For everyone who sent questions, I hope I answered them the way that you were hoping I answered them. I love you so much. Remember to stay safe, do your homework, and drink water, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!